Hello, hello. Happy Sunday. Good afternoon, everybody. How are you? I hope everybody's doing good. It is so warm here in Nebraska. Holy moly. What's the weather where you are? Guys, if you're catching me live and you're seeing the title, I'm just going to get heavy on everybody's heart here, or whatever you want to say. We're going to talk about weight loss, weighing yourself, those types of things. I'm going to give a few pointers here. So if you're interested in any of those types of things, make sure you're sticking with me. But if you're catching me live, if it has a red live up in that corner, I would love it if you would type live in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. And if you're catching me later on, it'll say was live up there. You're catching Facebook replay. Just type replay in the comments. Let me know where you're tuning in from too. I love to know where my videos go and who watches them. And as always, if you get any kind of value out of this, or if you have any questions or anything like that, you can drop it in the comments and let me know, what's going on. So, guys, if you follow me at all, you know that we've been on a health journey now for several years. And I started a group on Facebook called Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave, where I share a lot of information about the things that we do daily, or, whatever, trying to help others, because we were in a spot where we were stuck, didn't know what to do, didn't know where to turn, reading lots and lots and lots of information, and it's also confusing. But Dave is diabetic, and we wanted to, once we started having success, we definitely wanted to bring that out and let others know that we were having success. Hey, Diane. So like I'm saying, that group is another group on Facebook. It's a private group where I don't control it, but yet, everybody can post in there that's in the group. But I share recipes and all kinds of things. Hi, Mary. My Canada people are out today. I share all kinds of stuff in there. And I love sharing the information because, like I said, I know what it's like to feel like you're backed into a corner almost, and it's like, gosh, what are we going to do? So that's why I do what I do, okay? And I bring some of the information here, but there's a lot more information in that group. If you want to be in that group, drop group in the comments, and I will give you a link. You can request to join, or you can search it on Facebook. There's a little magnifying glass thing up there. Just type in Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave, and you can search it up there too. So really cool. And like I said, guys, what I wanted to talk about is something that it's that little square thing that maybe sits in your bathroom or wherever it sits that we all hate, and it's got the little numbers on it, or a dial on it with numbers on it, that can ruin your whole day if you let it. So that's kind of what I'm going to talk about is, if you weigh yourself, how often do you weigh yourself? How should you do it? Because there are right ways and wrong ways, guys, to weigh yourself. Now, the reason I'm kind of pushing forward with this topic is because we are joining a weight loss group. It'll start a week from tomorrow. So I'm kind of prepping all of our stuff. 21-day weight loss group with meal plan suggestions, tons of support, lots of ideas, some fun games, prizes, all that kind of stuff. I love getting into these because it just gives me that extra little push. Now, if you want more information, there are some rules, guys, that go with it. Of course, everybody who does these things, they kind of have some rules. We are joining it. It's a friend of mine doing it. But if you need some information, maybe to get into that type of a group yourself, drop weight loss in the comments, and I will get back to you with some information on it, okay? Something's under my desk. Couldn't figure out what it was. So what I'm going to talk about, though, is something that we're going to do, and we do this occasionally anyway, guys, is step on the scale, okay? And sorry, I didn't comment. I'm not sure what that says, Tina. I stink at commenting. Hey, happy July 6th, Janice. Yes. Okay, so what I'm going to try to focus here a little bit. I'll see if I can catch any questions as they're rolling through and maybe answer them. But the scale, guys, doesn't have to be a dreaded thing. I mean, I know what it's like to dread the scale. And I'm going to talk about some options. I'm going to tell you kind of the best practices if you're weighing yourself, okay? But why should you use a scale? Obviously, you know, a lot of our life is based on, you know, that type of thing. But the thing to remember is the scale is just one form of a data that's collected, okay? And it doesn't have to be something that's an everyday data tracking thing, okay? It can help you track your trends. Okay, so that's the thing we're looking for is the trends, okay? But it can also keep you accountable, make you more aware of what's going on, and it can be motivation, but it can be unmotivating too. So you have to use it in the right way, and those are kind of some of the tricks and tips I'm going to talk about, okay? Hi, Angie. So, excuse me. Yep, time for my pink punch. Yes, love that stuff. Not gonna lie, guys. If you want to know more about my pink punch, then you need to drop pink punch in the comments. But anyway, the downfalls, okay? Get in too many. Were there males that want to add you after you comment? I'm not sure what you're saying, Tina. And if you're talking about all the people that make weird comments, just block them, delete them, be done with them. That's the way I am. I'm not even sure they're people. I'm going to be honest. I think they're bots, but whatever. Let's get back to what we're talking about. Okay, the downfalls of weighing daily, okay? I'm going to talk about this. Daily, you can fluctuate so much, even, you know, based on the time of day and stuff like that. But if you weigh daily, you're going to see more fluctuations, okay? So, and that comes with, you know, with women, with your monthly cycles, you know, sodium, water weight. Like I said, I don't let them bother me, Tina. I block them and delete them, okay? So, water weight, all that kind of stuff, even things that you eat that maybe make you inflamed or something like that. Sometimes, and that all affects our weight, okay? Other things too is the mental aspect of it, okay? That's what I was talking about. I do not weigh daily because the stinking scale drives me crazy and then I stress over it. And stress is not good. So that's something to think about. Don't let it define your day. So even if you only weigh once a week or whatever, don't let what the scale says define your day, or your mood or your self-worth, because it can, but it shouldn't. It just really is a tracking mechanism, okay? And another thing that the scale doesn't do is if you're putting on muscle but losing fat, your scale's still going to stay about even because you're gaining muscle. But muscle is so much better than fat, okay? Hey, Cindy, how are you? So that's kind of the downfalls of the scale, okay? There's other ways to measure progress, okay? So weight loss can be measured other ways. You don't have to get on that stupid square thing in the corner. Hey, Debbie, pictures. I always tell people, take the pictures. I have a period in time that I look for pictures of me, and there's no pictures of me. I was behind the camera, but I was not in front of it. So that's kind of the thing. And no matter how bad you think it is, take the pictures, okay? Especially if you're starting something new, a little weight loss journey like me with this 21-day reset, weight loss, whatever you want to call it. It'll be kind of a reset for me, but that's okay, you know? A lot of people will lose weight in there. So, take the pictures. Yeah, red sauce, you're right. So anyway, because when you put two pictures side by side, you might be shocked, okay? Another thing is to take measurements, okay? If you don't have a tape measure, something I've done is I take a piece of yarn or any kind of anything, wrap it around different places. You can stick it to your wall and mark it. This is my waist, this is my arm, this is my bust, this is whatever. And then go, like with this 21-day thing, I might do that. Because I don't know how much my scale's going to move, but I want to know, do I lose inches somewhere else? Okay. So measurements. And like I said, you can either write it down in inches if you have a tape measure to measure all those spots, or you can use anything that you can just compare, because maybe in 2 or 3 weeks, you might have lost inches off of your waist or something like that. Another thing too is just how your clothes fit. Are they getting looser? Do they feel different? And it doesn't just have to be the waist, your legs, your arms, you know, all those types of things. How's your energy? How's your mood? Are you sleeping better? Is your digestion better? Are you not having heartburn? Are you not, you know, those types of things. Those are other ways to measure progress of getting to where you need to be. Because I'm going to be honest with you guys, if your gut's all out of whack and whatever, but yet this, you know, a reset, it may take a few weeks to get your gut back to where it needs to be before you'll actually lose anything on the scale. Okay. So that's the things you want to think about. It's not just about that little square box in your corner of your bathroom. It's a lot of other things too. But back to the little square box. Okay. How often should you weigh? Well, that's kind of up to you, but I'm going to tell you a few things that I would suggest. Daily. Should you weigh daily? Only if you can emotionally handle it. I personally cannot emotionally handle it. It drives me crazy that the darn scale doesn't move. So I just avoid it as much as I can. But if you want to weigh daily, yes, you can. Okay. Hey, Debbie, weekly? I do semi-weekly, let's put it that way. Dave's pretty good about weighing weekly. He likes to get on once a week, and I'm going to talk a little bit about this, but it's always the same day, about the same time of day, and that type of stuff. So, you know, he's pretty good about doing it weekly, but that's not a bad one. Or if it stresses you out so bad, don't weigh at all. Just use another form of tracking what you're doing, okay? Because sometimes the mind can play such tricks on you that it's just not worth crawling on that stupid little square box, okay? So here's what I go by to weigh, okay? If you're going to get on there. Is do it first thing in the morning. Okay. Very first thing in the morning. Hi, Carol. After you use the bathroom, but before you eat. Okay. So you want to get on there. I'm going to tell you, you should probably weigh in the nude, but if you're not comfortable doing whatever, you know, at least wear the same nightie or the same house coat or the same whatever. Have on the same clothing all the time, because fluctuation in clothing makes a huge difference too. Okay. So first thing in the morning, after you use the restroom and before you eat, always clothed in the same thing or unclothed, whatever. Use the same scale, guys. Okay. In the same spot. If you're moving the scale from carpet to not carpet or something like that, or, you know, those types of things, same type of conditions, okay? Different scales measure differently. Hi, Crystal. So you've got to make sure about that, okay? Now, what you're looking for is not, oh, this day I weighed this much, this day I weighed this much, and all of that. Don't compare the daily. Pick out a week or 2 week period. What are your trends? What are you doing? That's what you're looking to track. Not so much, you know, the ounces and stuff. Oh, I was up 5 ounces this day, blah, blah, blah. I mean, our bodies are made to do that, okay? So you are going to see some fluctuations. That's good. Hey, you know what? Your heart beats and it goes up and down, right? Okay, yeah. So the big thing, though, is getting it in your mind, okay? That scale is only a tool, and it's only one tool, okay? You are more than the number that's on that scale. Way more than the number that's on that scale, okay? I'm just going to put it out there. It frustrates me to no end. Some days I would love to see that scale move, but, you know, I've just come to the realization that maybe this is where I'm intended to be. I don't know. I'd love to take off 10 more pounds, and I just can't do it. Now, maybe this weight loss group, I will do that. I don't know, but it's a situation of your body has to be syncing, okay? You've got to have them, everything going together, because if they're fighting each other, then you still have time, okay? I mean, your body's got to be in some semblance of a balance. Your gut, your brain, and everything has to be in some semblance of a balance, okay? But progress isn't always visible, guys, and that's kind of what I've told myself. I lost quite a few inches a couple years ago. The scale didn't move at all. So that's why I say the scale can be detrimental. It's awful if you let it be. So that's when you want to just put it away, forget about it, and maybe bring it out once a month or something, just to know that, okay, I'm still staying on track. I'm still kind of plateaued right here, or hey, I'm trending upward. Maybe I need to tweak something just a little bit. And so, you know, that's really great. That's one thing I do love about our weight loss groups, is because I get a lot of new ideas, and maybe I can tweak something for myself because other people are maybe in the same part of life, or I don't know what I really want to say. So it's one of those situations where it's great to share the information. That's kind of what I'm getting after, is you can take inspiration from other people around you. One more reason I love getting in these weight loss groups, guys. I absolutely love it. Even if, you know, Dave's pretty much at the weight that he needs to be at, I don't know that he needs to lose any more weight. And like I said, I'd like to lose another 10 pounds. I haven't done it. So, but like I said, that's kind of a situation where, yeah, we can see. But anyway, those are my suggestions, guys. I just wanted to get on here. I was thinking about some of this because of the group that we're joining next week. Now, if you guys are interested in that, drop weight loss in the comments, and I can get you all the information about how to get in there with us. I'd love to have you come along with me. That'd be great. But also, it starts next Monday. And the biggest thing I love about these guys is no judgment, just support, the tools that you need, and progress. A lot of people make a lot of progress, and I'd love to have you join me. So, but guys, that's kind of all I have for today. I hope that this helps. If it doesn't, and you still have questions, drop those questions in the comments. I will get back to you. And if anybody needs to be in that group, Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave, which is my personal group with the recipes and stuff like that, drop group in the comments. And, you know, like I said, cheers to the day, guys. Enjoy it. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend, and we will chat with you all later. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And remember, smile and pass that smile on. We'll chat later.